So in order to do a maze game, the idea is to have a stage that you draw a number of rectangles or lines in the same color. You have your cat. That is a costume. And basically you're going to use the when up, when down, when right indicators. So down, I'm going to have it point direction down, move 10 steps. So we have up, right, down, and we need left. And that moves the cat around, but the problem is he flips upside down. In order to avoid that, you need to click the I and the double arrow and then click back, and he won't flip over anymore. Another thing to consider in the costume is to make sure he's centered. Alright, when we play the game, we have a bat that moves back and forth. What I did here was I created a bat, I added a bat by choosing a sprite, and I did this code right here. Alright, basically what I did is I put them in the location I wanted to, pulled the location out of the drawer, and then I said, okay, I want to glide to this location, pull it out of the drawer, move them back to here, pull it out of the drawer, and put a forever around it. And now he goes back and forth. Now, I don't want the cat to go through the walls, because right now the cat goes through the wall. And I don't want him to touch the bat necessarily, or if he does, I want to change score and that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is trigger that forever if the cat, touches the color green. I'm going to rotate 180 degrees and move 10 steps. What this does is it negates the direction. So if I'm pushing up, it's going to just bounce back. So right now I can't get in there because he's too big, so I'm going to make it slightly smaller. There we go. Now, I want to get to the key in order to open the door. Okay? This operation is done like this. I'm going to start by showing the key. And then I'm going to hide the key. When am I going to do that? I'm going to do it when or if touches the cat. So the cat goes up to the key, and it didn't work. Why? Because I don't have a forever around this. So I need to make it forever true. Try that again. And it didn't work. Ah, I see what I did. My bad. What I need to do is saying forever if touching the key. No, that's not right. That should work. Let's try that again. No go. Oh, I know. I had it on the red thing. So I'm going to put this on the key. There we go. And I'm going to take it off of this one. Key is gone. And when I hit the green flag, it resets. Because I have it show when the green flag is clicked. So right now the cat can't go through the walls, and makes the key disappear. Well, when I hit the key, I really want this wall to open as well, this door. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to add what's called a broadcast. So I'm on the key, I'm going to add a broadcast, and all it is a trigger, and you're just basically sending a message from one sprite to the other. So in this case, I'll say open. Now, the door doesn't know what open means. Basically, you're saying when I receive open, when it comes as the word open. It could be anything else, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be the trigger that you send over. We're going to hide. So when I reset this, I do a test. Key and the door open. Reset. The key and the door are back, and again that's because I did a show and hide. Now what happens when I hit the bat? Currently nothing. Well, let's do something that says, and now I clicked on the bat. I could do it on the bat or I can do it on the cat. Let's do it on the cat. It's easier. You're going to do a forever true if touching the bat, he's going to go back to start, which happens to be right here. So we're going to move this out of the drawer where the cat is located. And that reminds me, we should also have one at the very beginning, so that when you move the cat and you need to reset and you press the flag, it should go back to the start. So we're going to put him back to the start here and pull one out and drop it in there. So at the start, no matter where the cat is starts, click the flag, the cat returns. So now when I go to the bat, it's thrown back. But I can still go through the red door. What I need to do is the same thing I did with the green. So I can easily duplicate it. Click on the green and the red. So this says red. And I should not be able to pass through the red. So now I know I need to go get the key. When it doesn't fit like that, there's some space underneath. It's likely that you'll have to do one more time, click it down smaller. There we go. And he made it. Now what happens here when the cat reaches the apple? Well, we can do it here. We could say if touching the sprite, we could broadcast an event that says level 2. Basically saying that we could have it go to the next level. And again, we're going to put a forever around it. Now that broadcast doesn't really do anything until something hears it. So what I would like to have happen is I would like the stage, which happens to be one backdrop, go to another stage. So I'm going to draw another one. And try to use the same colors, makes it easy. And notice how different they are. So what I'd like to do here is the beginning. I would like the stage to be backdrop 1. When I receive level 2, I would like it to go to the next. So in essence, when the cat reaches the apple, the background changes. But the cat's in the wrong spot, the key's in the wrong spot. I might want to move this bat somewhere else. So what I need to then do is program the cat when I receive level 2. I need to go somewhere. Well, where am I going to go? I'll start back here, why not? That resets its location. The apple, I'm going to put it in its start location, but then I'm going to move it when I receive level 2. I'm going to move the key as well. So what I need to do is make sure, before I move it, to put it in its original location for the first round. Then I can move it. When I receive level 2. So in essence, everything is moved into place. When I reach level 2, everything gets relocated. Now the bat, I'd like to give him a little more to work with here. So I'm actually going to extend how far he goes. So here's the bat. This is what happens forever. When I receive level 2, let's see if this works. So he's going to glide here, and then he's going to glide there. This is level 1. So he doesn't go so far. Level 2, he glides all the way up there, kind of like real fast. We can slow that down if we want by adding how many seconds he glides. Or we can speed it up. Something like this. I think these two are conflicting. So in level 2, this just happens to be in the right spot, the door. And that's fine, I lucked out on that idea. But the same is true. If I get the key, it opens the door, then I can get to the apple. Now, level 2 happens when I get to the apple. So what happens when we want to go to level 3? Well, maybe I don't use an apple this time. Maybe I use something else. So what we'll do is we'll hide the apple and the banana. We'll make sure that it's hidden first. And then we'll show it when you get level 2. We'll put it in this location here. So we'll make sure it's there. So, apple, banana. Now, the game over. What happens when you get to the bananas? Well, I'm gonna say forever true if touching the cat I'm going to do a few things here. We're going to hide and then broadcast. You win. On the backdrop, I'm going to create another one. I'm just going to type you win. Now this could be whatever you want. However, notice how you type. You have to click and move it to center it. There we go. So in the script, we're going to say, when I receive you win. I'm going to switch to backdrop 3. So, now the apple didn't show up. Issue, see, does not say show at the start. We have to make sure we tell it to show. Again, there's the apple. Banana. You win. Now, we have a door, a key, and a bat still there, and the cat. I'd rather get rid of them all. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I hide the cat when I receive level, or you win. I also have to make sure I show it at the very beginning, because I've not done that. Whenever you do a hide, you have to make sure you do a show. The bat. I'm going to show him in the beginning. We're going to hide him when I receive you win. The key. I'm going to show it in the beginning. When I receive you win, I'm going to also hide it. And the door. Again, lucky that we had it in the correct spot. When I receive you win. Well, actually, that would be gone because we would have already opened the door. So what I just did was pretty redundant because you're going to open the door, get to the apple. Ah, guess what? The door did not come back. Again, key, door, apple did not come back. So we need to make sure we show the door for level 2. And the key as well. We have to show it. Okay, ready for test. Key, door, apple. Key, door, banana. And that is the basic way to make a game, maze game. But we're going to add a couple more elements. I'd like to add a score. So when you pick things up, you get points. to do that, you're going to start with the data. You're going to make a variable, call it score. At the start of the game, we're going to have a score of 0. I'm going to throw in a couple of cool things to collect. Let's do berries. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to forever true if touching the cat, which is sprite 1, hide, change score by 1. Got a score of 1 and it hid. I can duplicate this. Oh, forgot to show. So we have to make sure we click show. So now I have 2 of them. I could put one down here. Put one up here. One up there. And click start. Make sure they're on. Now I can collect some points. He's not going to fit in there, is he? Oh, he did. Some adjustments needed. Go to the key. Get some more points along the way. Now I have the apple. So I need some more things to collect. I could try different things or use the same things. So I might find something else. Hearts are good. And here I want to make sure I hide them at the beginning of the game. But then when round 2 comes up, I'm going to have it show. Make it smaller. And now I'm going to steal from this holly. And I'm going to drag this onto the heart. Take off the show, I don't need that. Same thing when he touches the sprite 1, which is the cat, it's going to hide and change the score. Pretty confident I did that right, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate. Make a bunch of them. Maybe I'll put one right here. Make it very challenging. Put another one over here. So the hearts are gone, the holly's in place. But when I get to the apple, well, assuming I got all those, if I didn't collect all those holly points, I need to tell them to go away. So what I need to do is say, alright, if I go to level 2, I need to hide. Because I didn't get the points, but I just don't want them to show up in level 2. So now I can drag this onto each one of these. And that just ensures that if I skip the points, they go away. I'm going to do a similar thing for the hearts. When I get to the end, when I win, I'm going to hide them. That ensures that if I skip the points, go straight to the apple or the bananas, everything will disappear thanks to this. Lastly, I'd like to show you what a timer looks like. Alright, there is a timer in the system, but I'm going to have you make your own. To do that, I'm going to start with data, make a variable, call it timer. I'm going to start the timer at 30. No, how about 60? What we're going to do is repeat 60 times. Change the timer by -1. It's good to put that on a flag. It's also good to do it in level 2. So now the timer flies down to 0, which isn't good. So we need to slow it down to like 1 second. So we're going to throw in the 1 second, and that will be a 60-second timer. Now, what happens if you lose? That is, you do not get to the end before the timer runs out. The final step. What you're going to do is say if forever if timer equals 0, what's going to happen? Well, tell all the sprites to disappear. So we're going to say new message. I'm going to type you lose. And this is again a variable. That's all it is. It's going to broadcast to everything here. So we need to basically make one occurrence when I receive you lose. I'm going to hide.
Try to be like really careful.
And then on the backdrop, we need to create one last backdrop. program it. That one I receive, you lose. And switch to that backdrop. So now the timer's at 60. I'm going to cheat here. Set it to 5. Nope, can't do that, sorry. Let's try 5 here. Nope. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of game. So that was it. That's the complete game. It involves points, a key that unlocks a door, a critter that knocks you back to start. You could also deduct a point, so you can do a -1 in that instance. And of course the apple, some more points, and a victory. Or a loss with the time going down to 0. So that's the complete game. Good luck.